Hey, yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy D Nally, aka Don Squally, and as you guys probably guessed, we are back with another YouTube video, man. Today we are back playing Forza Horizon 3. Just getting prepared, man, for that Forza Horizon 4 release date. Been seeing lots of clips and videos online, so I'm super stoked. Let me know if you guys are pumped for some Forza 4 content. But for today's video, as you guys know, how we usually do it, man, we're going to run through a small list of people in today's video who want to see a specific build, and then we are going to get right into it, man. But today's request is coming from Jworn Marcel, Christopher Brown, Zach Gaming, and I am Hasib Ahmed. All want to see itsjusta6's 5.0 Mustang. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the channel, don't let the name fool you. It is not just the 6 anymore, ladies and gentlemen. There is a whole V8 inside of that hood. So what we're going to do for today's video is try to replicate that build. Absolute monster this car is. So we're going to try to find a 5-liter Mustang. Now, we do have the Shelby GT350R option. Really could be our only reasonable option here, since the 2013 GT500, obviously a much older body style. So I think what we're going to have to do is buy that Shelby GT350R. Now, I'm going to let the comments pour in right now. His car's not a GT350R, it's a 5-liter Mustang. Drop them down in the comments real quick. We're using the GT350R for this one, so if you guys care to stick around, please do. Now, obviously, we are going to pick a manufacturer color just to get started here real quick. And then, as you guys know, we are going to modify this vehicle to replicate itsjusta6's 5-liter Roush Supercharged, might I add, Mustang. So we're going to jump into the upgrade shop. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to check out the conversions, even though I'm pretty sure the engine that this thing comes with looks like a 5.2 liter. Want to say this is going to be a supercharged motor. We're going to find out real quick in a second. Naturally aspirated, my mistake. Now, this thing I know revs well over 9,000 RPM from factory, but we are going to add a supercharger to this thing. Now, I'm not even going to get involved with this drivetrain swap here. We're just going to leave that the way it is. Obviously, a Mustang should traditionally be rear-wheel drive. Now, as far as the front bumper goes, looks like we just have the Ford Basic. I don't even know. It looks like kind of a satin versus matte there. Or the skirt. We're going to leave that stock front lip on there the way that it is. I really like the way it looks. And we are going to put on a much smaller, much more subtle wing here. As you guys know, itsjusta6 does not have that big Shelby wing. So we're going to do the most that we can to make this thing look like a stock 5-liter form. It's not going to look as much like a Shelby by the time that we're done with it. Now, I'm going to go upgrade all the rubber that we can. Looks like we can't get too much wider than what comes from factory, which does not surprise me. Now, we're going to jump into the wheel selection here. I'm going to try to find something that I think matches what itsjusta6 has on his car, and when I find that, this actually looks like pretty close, to be honest, but when I find something that I like, I'm going to let you guys know. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've been searching around, and that first set of wheels is almost exactly what we need. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these are a stock Mustang set of wheels, which these look almost identical to. Once we paint them, they're pretty much going to look exactly the same. I'm going to go ahead, upgrade that clutch as well as the transmission, because we are going to do a whole lot of work to this car, ladies and gents, and I feel like we're going to need as much help in that department as we can get. Now, the brakes here, already that big old Brembo kit there, it actually looks like upgrading the brakes makes them look much worse, but hopefully they perform a little bit better. We're going to go ahead, throw some race springs and dampers on here. This is a relatively heavy car from factory, so I'm going to throw on a few anti-roll bars, both front and back. You know, the stock weight, we're not going to do any weight reduction with this thing. Now comes the fun part. Obviously, you guys know this thing has a whole ton of work to it. Roush Supercharged, forged crankshaft, forged connecting rods, ARP head studs, ARP connecting rods and bolts, just a whole lot of gang-ish going on right now. So what I'm going to do to replicate that is basically just modify as much as we can. We're going to go ahead, throw them cams on here. Now, obviously, with this being the GT350, we are most certainly going to be in for quite a kick in the pants from factory. And now that we're supercharging, plus essentially maxing this thing out, this should be a relatively quick car. Now, with all these mods, this car is going to be an absolute beast. We're going to go ahead and install all the parts that we've decided to purchase onto this vehicle real quick. And then, as you guys know, we are going to go ahead and tune this thing. Now, from what I can tell, there's not really much that I need to do to this thing. The suspension on this Mustang looks relatively stock, which is what we are going for. So the only thing really left to do is go ahead and paint this vehicle. Now, I would love to keep the racing stripes, but unfortunately, you guys know, it's just a 6, completely straight blacked out, murdered out Mustang. And I can't lie, the thing is just super clean. Now, my buddy does have a Mustang, same body style, but it is the V6 manual. You guys can see a video of that on my other channel, youtube.com/Denali, where we take it to the track and do some quarter-mile runs with it. Now, we also went out to the track in a rental 5.0 drop top. That was an absolute blast, man. Had a lot of fun. You guys could check both of those videos on my other channel. But during the time of having both of those cars on the road, obviously, there was some races going down. And during that time, we found that up until about 100 kilometers, the V6 Mustang can kind of keep up with the 5-liter, but then once it goes above 100 kilometers, obviously that 5.0 is going to pull away. Now, this car specifically, being the GT350R, is a whole nother story. However, those 4.6-liter V6 Mustangs nowadays that they're putting out, definitely no joke, man. And the crazy thing is, from factory, it comes with the same black wheels. I'm pretty sure that's on itsjusta6's Mustang. So it essentially looks exactly the same as a Mustang GT. But enough about that stuff. We are out in the Mustang Shelby GT350R, completely modified. Let's go see if we can do some damage. Now, one thing I gotta say is this car, I was expecting this thing to be quite a bit more of a handful. But I gotta say, you know, Fords have a terrible rap for running off the road and running into crowds, and more often than not, it's going to be driver error. Now, nowadays, Ford, I feel like, is putting out some very, very respectable, not just vehicles, but also engines. The new 5-liter is an absolute beast. Like I say, we had the opportunity to take one of those to a track. And just the feeling that you get when you launch it in your gut, it's, you know, by far the fastest car that I personally have ever been in. Second being, well, I guess second being an old Lamborghini LP. It was a Gallardo, 640 I think it was. But it was a little bit older. So to be honest, the Mustang that we were driving in probably had, if not just as much, if not more, as the Lamborghini that I got the opportunity to drive. That video also on my other channel. Just a whole bunch of shameless plugs, man. You guys can see your boy Don Squally actually driving a Lamborghini, man, in real life. However, yeah, Ford doing great things, man. The EcoBoost engines, just absolutely insane. You got the little Fiestas, the Focus STs and RSs. Not to mention the Fusions, very nice luxury cars. Causing a little bit of an accident. Very nice luxury cars, and then you have obviously the Taurus with the 3.5-liter Eco, but just a whole lot of stuff coming out of Ford. And you know, a few years ago, Ford was really in the dumps. If you had a look at them through the 90s and the early to late 2000s, just nothing really that special. The Mustangs were always, you know, pretty good, but all the Focuses, Fusions, but now they're definitely stepping the build quality. Oh my goodness, come on, ladies and gents, we're trying to record a video here, man. Let's go. But enough about that. This thing I gotta say, man, this is a very composed Mustang for a completely maxed out vehicle. Given the fact that, you know, Mustangs do have that reputation, I gotta say, this thing handles really nice. Again, most crashes that we've gotten into, gonna be driver error on this one. Now let's see if we can get a little bit of a launch going here. First gear. Now, as you can see, the car just wants to spin, even though we maxed out that tire. Still wants to spin pretty much until the top of first gear, but that's not really a problem. Drag racing in this game, you know, typically done at the drag strip, whereas I prefer to do the roll racing for that specific reason, man. Just, you know, unless you have all-wheel drive, you really don't stand any chance drag racing out there, unless you're gonna get them at the end of that straight. However, man, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm just yammering on. What I think I do need to do is pull us off into a nice driveway, or possibly, let's steal one of these guys' driveways, man. Make it look authentic and put an end to this one. You guys do know how we do it right about this time, man. So as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys do have any requests, let me know down in the comments section. Now, we only had a couple of requests for this one, but, you know, the majority rules more often than not. So if you guys do have any requests, as I say, don't forget to let me know down in the comments section. And as always, I am your boy, D Nolly, a.k.a. Don Squally. We gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Don't die. Oh shit, where you going, bro? Don't be creeping on my friend. Don't be creeping on my friend. You and your homie. Oh, nut shot. Nut shot. Oh, buddy. Let's go. And your boy, man. Get him out of here. Oh, fucking. Oh, my God.